Well, you know what today is, Jim?
What is today, Ruth?
Today's August 1st, and that's our launch day for the influencer community.
The influencer community.
I brought you this little balloon.
Oh, thank you, Ruth.
Yay!
That was so nice of you.
Yeah, well,
Wow,
I
look
think
at that.
I think we deserve congratulations for
Right there.
Yeah, I think we deserve congratulations for developing the influencer community model. Not
Yeah.
only that, but having the courage and the wisdom to scope it out, paint a beautiful picture of it, and now to actually take it live.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, August 1, our first launch, our first full month of activities. And what kind of activities we're doing? Gosh, we've got weekly tip sheets that we're
Tip
gonna
sheets
send out.
every Wednesday.
Yeah,
every Wednesday.
Tip Sheet Wednesday.
Yep, Tip Sheet Wednesday.
And then we've also got our roundup, our end of the month roundup
The
call,
big roundup call.
which is happening on Thursday the 30th,
The 30th.
of August.
Mm-hmm.
And that's going to be so much fun because we're going to have everybody who's come on board on a Zoom call to talk about their first month on the influencer community and what has happened,
Yes.
what it's meant for them. We've also got a couple of learning videos coming up. I'm really excited about this first one. What is it? Know, like, and trust.
No like and trust factor. We've all heard it. We've all heard it in sales. But we're going to sit down and we're going to break down what does that mean to know, like, and trust your customers. If you really broke that down, analyzed it, really thought about, what do you know your customers? Do they like you? That people want to do business with people they know, they like, and they trust. We all know this, we all know it, but do we really sit down and think about how do we get people to know us, like us, and trust us? It's a great topic, Ruth.
Right, and
It really
I think
is.
that it's so important. I've heard say that before you can do business with somebody, you have to have some sort of point of contact with them from between 7 and 12 times.
Yeah,
Okay, now stop and think about that. 7 to 12
it's a lot.
times.
It's a lot of
How
times.
do you do that?
Yeah.
So we're going to break that whole thing down about how do you get people to know you
Yeah.
without having to run yourself crazy.
And what are your
going to-
touch points? What are your
Touch points
Touch
is
points.
the other thing that's
hot
really,
buttons?
Hot buttons, right.
What are people hot buttons?
Right.
What are their
and
hot
then
buttons?
that whole thing about likability. I tend to think that, well, I'm a very likable person. Why wouldn't everybody like me?
Yeah.
But, we want to give you some tips about not going like overboard on the likability piece
Yeah.
of it. And then
The do's and don'ts. There's things we do sometimes that we shouldn't do. Ruth has pointed out a few things that I shouldn't do. We should talk about, but it's important because there's things she sees in me that I don't see in myself, and it's called humility. You've got to have humility
I think
if you're going to
that's
grow.
true.
If you want to grow, you have to have humility and realize that other people can share with you ways and tips and and be
Right.
influencers to you. Like you can be an influencer to us, we can be an influencer to you.
Right. And then that all important third piece of it, that know, like, and trust factor.
Mm-hmm.
My dad always used to say, do what you say you're going to do.
Yes.
Do what you say you're going to do.
Yeah.
So if you're going to paint this room as an example,
Right.
then you better paint the room.
Right.
And if you don't do what you say you're going to do, how are people ever going to trust you?
Yeah.
So I think that is going to be such a great learning piece. I just know it. And then our other one that I think is going to be so much fun is, this is pretty basic, but I wonder how many people really know this. How's your elevator? I can say that. How's your elevator?
The elevator.
speech?
You
How's
going
your
up or you
elevator
going
pitch?
down?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point.
And it's supposed to be only 30 seconds long because, the idea of riding up an elevator could only potentially take about 30 seconds. But how many of us really have a good elevator speech,
Right.
have it down pat, and that it sounds fresh and
Yeah.
that you mean it? Oh, that you mean it.
It has to be
That's so
sincere.
important.
If it's too canned, you're going to hear the ringing through the can.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's funny because my brother a couple months ago, he said, "What's your elevator pitch?" And I have to say, having my brother ask me that really annoyed me. I was annoyed, but I started to think later, he's right. I didn't have a good elevator pitch, and I wasn't ready to just, and to make it genuine and authentic, and
Right.
I wasn't ready.
And do you think that elevator pitches need to change? Well, I think that they do.
Yes.
Not only based on maybe what your current job is or what your current business is, obviously you would change it. But I think to keep it fresh and alive, so that you don't become so stagnant about it too. So I think that's going to be a good one.
Yeah, I mean, are you selling clothes, essential oils, health, fitness? I mean, really, what is your elevator? When you're talking to someone, they really want to hear your value message to them, and they don't want you to waste a lot of time, and they're thinking about themselves. What's in it for them?
Right.
So we're going to break that down. That's a good example of one of the things we're going to do.
I just think that one's going to be a great one too.
Yeah.
So we've got that going on, and don't forget, we're also opening up our calendars this month, so that if influencer community members want to do a one-on-one talk it out with one of us, that we can devote some time to that person. And you know, it doesn't matter what it is. It doesn't matter if you want to talk about sales, or if you want to talk about, you know, personal appearance, you want to talk about how to network, whatever you want to talk about. Our time is going to be your time to really just, you know, let us give you some suggestions and some advice too. So boy, we've got, you know what, we got a busy month. We got a busy month.
We got a busy month.
Wow.
We do.
I'm excited. Are you excited?
I'm excited.
Aww.
And the biggest thing is we need you to come on board. We want you. We'd love to have you join us in this influencer community, because I think you're going to find that this is a new way of doing things. I know you've heard the old this and that, the mastermind groups and all these things, but we're taking it to a new level. We're using Zoom, and we're actually using, you know, I have all kinds of things to talk to you about, video work or Facebook. We're going to actually get on the screen, and we're going to break down the layers of what to do this, what to do that. I mean, instead of just talk, we're going to get right to what's the meat and potatoes of making you successful. Once you tell us there's something you need to learn or you're not sure about, you know, we're going to give you the meat and potatoes of what you like.
Right.
You know,
Jim, I am so surprised at the number of people who I talk to that say, gosh, you know, I want to start using Zoom in my business.
Yeah.
And I say, what a great idea. And then the next thing out of their mouth is, but I'm not quite sure how to use it, meaning I think the technical piece of it, and also how to use it in my business.
Yes.
Because
we'll teach you.
Yeah, not every...
It's a game changer. We'll teach you.
Not every business automatically thinks, well, I could use it I could sell on Zoom, or but I'm telling you, Zoom is a platform that is so applicable to so many types of business.
So I have a question for you. Here's a question. Did you ever have that family piano that sat in your house? And it was a beautiful piece of furniture. It sat in the corner, and everybody used to say, yeah, I've been wanting to get around to playing the piano. Zoom's a lot like that family piano. If you don't get on there and practice it and learn how to do it, you're never going to play the piano. I probably never learned to play the piano. I should have. I would have liked to have. You have to practice.
That's a great analogy too, I think, because it does take a little bit of practice. Yeah. Zoom is not rocket science. First of all, let's just say that. It's not hard.
No.
But you do have to learn the ins and outs of it.
Right.
You do have to learn, like, the difference between, example, like a free Zoom account and a pro account. Mm-hmm. You do have to learn, like, you can record on Zoom. You can do a lot of different things. But if you don't get in there and kind of play around with it, you're never going to know. Right. But I'll tell you what, Jim dug in early, and really you have done a lot of studying, for lack of a better word, about Zoom. Yeah. And you have really mastered it. So, you know, this guy's got like suggestions and tips on how to use it because he's been doing it for a while. So we would love to invite you not only to come and learn about Zoom, but come
to the influencer community.
Right. Be an influencer community member, because not only are we going to use Zoom, but we have got so much stuff going on, so many tips and suggestions. And, you know, I want to say between the two of us, I mean, we've never done this before, but I want to say between the two of us, we've probably got close to maybe 60 to 75 years of experience, I think.
She has tons of experience, tons.
Thanks. Well,
Ruth is she's a master trainer. She knows how to talk to people. She knows how to coordinate. And my experience with the car business, spending years and years working with the public, training people, listening to what people have to say, and
Right.
basically studying
Which-
human beings.
Which is another topic for a future training, right? Active listening, being a good listener. I think that's so important too. But we digress. So here's the bottom line. Come and join us in the influencer community. I know that Jim's going to put on the bottom of the screen here, or run across, or the sides, or somewhere. He's going to tell you how to get in touch with us to find out about how to join the influencer community.
Right.
And we have information that. Where else do we have information? Oh, we have it on our respective websites.
Yeah.
So it's kind of out there.
Right.
But you're going to find out some concrete things on the bottom of this video.
Yeah, and when you join, you're going to be part of a private group, Facebook private group.
Right.
And our job is to give you the content, the information, and the things that you're looking for. So we'll ask you questions like, what do you need? What is it you need to improve upon? Where in your business do you want to grow in? How many times you go to the networking groups or different places, they don't care. They just say, who are you and what do you do?
Right. Well, after a while, it kind of becomes stale.
Yeah.
And you know what happens with stale bread? What happens with stale bread?
You throw it away.
Or like my mother.
Feed it to the birds.
Like my mother used to do. She would put it in the freezer and then she would use it for dressing.
Oh,
for Thanksgiving. I'm serious.
Turkey stuffing. You stuff the turkey with it.
There you go. Only a country girl would know that, right? So anyway, we are being silly right now.
I'm good at eating, but I'm not good at cooking, that's for sure.
So we just want to say, come join us.
Yes.
We would love to have you. And thanks for listening.
Thanks for listening to us.
Thanks.
And have a great day.
Yeah.
All right. Bye.
Bye.